How's it going, everyone? These are my Week 8 NFL predictions, and those 6 teams are the teams that are on the bye week. So it's going to be a shorter video. And last week in Week 7, I went 13-2, putting my current record at 75-32-1. And we will start off with tonight's game, which is the Vikings and the Chargers. I have the Chargers winning this game with a score of 24-17. And last week, the Vikings, they almost beat the Eagles, but, they couldn't hang with them. And the Chargers couldn't hang with the Colts, but they were not close to beating them. And the reason I think the Chargers are going to win is I think the quarterback play has been a lot better. Justin Herbert is obviously a great quarterback. I don't think Carson Wentz is that good. And the Chargers are at home. And I think these are all factors that are going to give the Chargers a victory. All right, and starting off Sunday, we have the Dolphins taking on the Falcons. I have the Falcons winning this one 31-17. Last week, the Dolphins laid an egg against the Browns. They looked terrible. And the Falcons, they didn't look good, but they didn't look like terrible. And here's the thing. The Falcons, I don't think they're the greatest team. And Michael Penix Jr. is also a little banged up, but the Dolphins are a train wreck right now. I honestly don't think they could beat anybody besides maybe like the Jets, which is ironically who they beat. But yeah, I think the Falcons are going to win this one pretty easily. All right, next up, we have the Bears taking on the Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this one 31-21. Last week, the Bears were able to take care of the Saints, and the Ravens had a bye week last week. And the reason I'm picking the Ravens, despite their record being a lot worse, Lamar Jackson is expected to play in this game. And I think that's going to be a huge difference maker for the Ravens. Hell, huge might be an understatement. That guy is by far the most important player on the team. So yeah, I think that's going to lead the Ravens to a victory, and maybe they can get their season back on track. All right, next up, we have the Bills taking on the Panthers. I have the Bills winning this one 20-13. Last week, the Panthers were able to beat the Jets 13-6, and the Bills had a bye week last week. And the Panthers, I'm going to give them a lot of credit. They're doing better than I thought. I mean, 4-3 is a decent record, but they're not going to have Bryce Young in this game, or he's doubtful, which basically means no. And they're playing against a team in the Bills who has struggled a little bit these past few weeks, but at the same time, they're still by far above the Panthers when it comes to overall talent. So I think this is going to be a get-right game for the Bills. And yeah, I think they're going to win. All right, next up, we have the Jets taking on the Bengals. I have the Bengals winning 23-14. The Jets lost to the Panthers last week and looked terrible as always, and the Bengals actually were able to get a surprising Thursday Night Football victory in the Unk Bowl. And, I mean, honestly, even if the Bengals would have lost that game, I was going to pick them anyway. The Jets are a train wreck. They genuinely might go 0-17 because they are just such a mess right now. And I don't think Aaron Glenn's a good head coach. They just benched Justin Fields for Tyrod Taylor. And it's a mess over there, and the Bengals are starting to get back on track. I mean, Joe Flacco might be able to keep them in playoff contention until Joe Burrow comes back. So good for the Bengals, and I think they're going to win this game pretty easily. All right, next up, we have the 49ers taking on the Texans. I have the 49ers winning this one 13-10. 49ers were able to beat the Falcons on Sunday Night Football, and the Texans were unable to win against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. And, I mean, here's the thing. The 49ers, they are very injured right now, and I will acknowledge that. But they've still been winning games. They've still been playing pretty hard, and I will give them credit for that. The Texans just haven't looked that good this year, so I think the 49ers are going to win this game. All right, next up, we have the Browns taking on the Patriots. I have the Patriots winning 31-13. Last week, the Browns were able to take care of the Dolphins, and by far their best game of the season, and the Patriots were able to take care of the Titans in a game that was pretty well played by Drake May. And the Browns, I mean, they played a good game, but they're no match for the Patriots. The Patriots, I mean, they will probably make the playoffs barring some kind of collapse. And I think they're a great team right now. They could honestly win the AFC East if the Bills, take a step back. But yeah, I think Patriots going to win. All right, next up we have the Giants taking on the Eagles. I have the Eagles winning 27-17. The Giants had a historical collapse against the Broncos last week, and the Eagles were able to get back on track offensively against the Vikings. And I mean, the Eagles, they're a better roster than the Giants, and the Giants, to their credit, have looked better this year than I thought they would. I mean, Jackson Dart, I think, is the real deal. Cam Scatabo, as long as he doesn't get a concussion, which is a matter of time, is a good running back. But the Eagles, I mean, they've just got so much talent, and I think that they're just going to showcase why they're the better team in this game. All right, next up we have the Bucks taking on the Saints. I have the Bucks winning this one 27-20. The Bucks had a tough game against the Lions last week, and the Saints had a Saints game last week against the Bears. And the Bucks, I feel bad for them because they lost Mike Evans for a majority of the season. And they're already pretty injured. Bucky Irving is not going to be playing. Emeka Egbuka was limited in the last game that he played. It's tough for them. And Baker didn't have the greatest game against the Lions, but, they're going to do more than enough to beat the Saints. And the only reason I have the score close is because, the Saints have randomly been doing that, and it's a division game. But I still think the Bucks are going to win. All right, next up, we have the Cowboys taking on the Broncos. Pains me to do this, but I have the Cowboys winning by a point. And the Cowboys, they looked really good against the Commanders, and the Broncos played one quarter of football, for being completely honest. And as great as it was to experience a win like that, it's very concerning that we couldn't do anything until the fourth quarter. I mean, I think the Cowboys, they looked a lot better last week than we did. And I think that, honestly, they're going to sneak away with a win. I do think we are the better team, but, we're not immune to trap games. And not that this is really a trap game, because, I mean, it's not like, the Jets playing like the Colts or something like that. But, it's still a game that we should probably win that I have a feeling we're not going to. And another reason why I feel like we're not going to is because Dre Greenlaw is going to be suspended for this game. And also Brandon Perna's curse wheel cursed the Broncos. So yeah, we might be fucked this week. All right, next up, speaking of the Colts, we got the Titans playing the Colts. I have the Colts winning, obviously, 29-6. And the Titans last week laid an egg against the Patriots, and the Colts were able to kill the Chargers. The score's honestly not that close, as it would indicate. But yeah, I mean, barring something insane, I mean, the Colts should win this game. It is a division matchup, I'll acknowledge that, but at the same time, the Colts, in my opinion, are the best team in football right now, and the Titans, honestly, might arguably be the worst. Like, I honestly think they're worse than the Jets. Just because I think the one win the Titans got was extremely, extremely fluky. So yeah, Colts are going to win, and I would be very shocked if that doesn't happen. All right, our Sunday game, we got the Packers taking on the Steelers. I actually have the Steelers winning 17-14. Last week, the Packers beat the Cardinals in a close game, and the Steelers lost a close game to their arch-rival Cincinnati Bengals in the Unk Bowl. And honestly, this is going to be a really good game. Obviously, it's a revenge game because, Aaron Rodgers, Steelers and all that, and Packers and all that. And if Aaron Rodgers can beat the Packers, he will be, I think, the fifth quarterback in NFL history to have beaten every single NFL team. Because the Packers are the only team he hasn't beaten. And I honestly think they will. I think the Steelers are at home. They honestly, in my opinion, have been playing better than the Packers. The Packers have been a little weird this year. So I think the Steelers are going to win, and Aaron Rodgers is going to get revenge on his old team. And ending the week, you have the Commanders taking on the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs winning 34-17. The Commanders looked pretty bad against the Cowboys last week, and the Chiefs were able to put belt to ass against the Raiders because the Raiders suck and the Chiefs are pretty good now. And honestly, I mean, Jaden Daniels is injured, and I don't think he's going to be playing in this game, but even if he was, I would still pick the Chiefs. They've just been playing really well these past few weeks, and the Commanders honestly haven't. They've looked off this year. And honestly, I had a feeling that this could happen. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of happening right now. And I really don't think they're going to beat a team like the Chiefs, considering how red hot the Chiefs are. So yeah, I got the Chiefs winning this game. And there you have it. Here's all these scores that I think are going to be conspiring in these games. And bye weeks teams, as I mentioned earlier, are the Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Lions, Jags, and Raiders. And yeah, that's going to do it for the video. And we'll have another crazy-ass week of football for Week 8. Looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are too if you're still watching a video like this. And yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday for my Week 8 reactions and takeaways.